obsessed demanded Bam Bam Bigelow, and the executive committee answered that request. Goldberg versus Bam Bam Bigelow in a non-title matchup.
No, we signed last week. He's got a match with me. He doesn't have no match with Bigelow.
He's got a match with Bigelow tonight, one night only.
I guarantee you right now then, that match doesn't happen. I'll guarantee you that. You better stay focused on me, Goldberg.
There ain't a second that goes by that I don't dream about driving your ass right through that mat.
I don't care what he wants. He signed with Kevin Nash, and that's the only match he's gonna have. And if you two think you're gonna come in this ring without me in it, you're sadly mistaken. Because Big Sexy just made tonight a three-way dance.
One of the most anticipated fights that we've ever had on this program. Bigelow and Kevin Nash are going at it. Goldberg is running towards the ring. What a fight!
The man is here.
Goldberg and Kevin Nash. Oh, and he nails Kevin Nash.
What a volatile situation.
One of the darndest things I've ever seen. Look at that. And Goldberg's ready for the fight. Security has come in.
Kevin Nash paid off on his guarantee.
He said it wouldn't take place, and in effect, it really hasn't. One of the most uncontrollable situations ever on Monday Nitro, as it happened 1 week ago. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the air tonight with WCW Monday Nitro. We are live. Let's bring in the girls. It's Tony Schiavone along with the living legend Larry Zbyszko and the Professor Mike today. We're heading ever closer now to the granddaddy of them all, Starrcade of 1998. And I tell you guys, we've got Kevin Nash and Goldberg just chomping at the bit to get at each other. And then, of course, as always, you never know where Bam Bam Bigelow's going to show up.
You never know where Bam Bam's going to show up, but you can see the intensity on Kevin Nash's face. He's got a shot at the heavyweight championship of the world, a shot at the reputation of Goldberg, and he is determined not to let anybody get their hands on it but Kevin Nash.
Tonight's WCW Monday Nitro comes to you live from downtown Tampa, Florida. It's the Ice Palace. And tonight, a capacity crowd is on hand for 3 solid hours of WCW Monday Nitro. We are live and we're expecting all the stars of World Championship Wrestling, all the stars of the New World Order, both sides, to come at you here tonight as we head to Starrcade. And there's so much being talked about as far as Starrcade is concerned. Goldberg in the winning streak on the line against Big Sexy, the leader of NWO Wolfpack. Talking about Ric Flair seeking redemption, trying to get a little bit of payback from Eric Bischoff. And as all that talk goes on, we bring you Monday Nitro here in Tampa, Florida. I want to talk a little bit further, Mike, today, if I can, about the upcoming world title bout at Starrcade. Goldberg has been a remarkable champion, a wonderful champion for this sport, but he faces his toughest test to date coming up at Starrcade for the World Heavyweight Championship and Kevin Nash.
Without question, Tony, this is the matchup that everyone in professional wrestling has been waiting for. Kevin Nash went through 59 other competitors at World War III. He finally gets his opportunity at Goldberg upcoming at Starrcade.
Also, we talked about Ric Flair and Eric Bischoff. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but we're going to show the fans a little recap of what's been going on between the Giant and one Diamond Dallas Page. Those two men will go at it as well coming up at Starrcade, Larry.
Well, you know, the Giant has made it known to Diamond Dallas Page that this is the man DDP's going to have to go through. And Diamond Dallas Page isn't the people's champion for no reason. He has got a heart twice the size of the Giant.
Diamond Dallas Page no longer has a United States Heavyweight Championship. That is now, of course, around the waist of Bret the Hitman Hart. All thanks to what the Giant did a few weeks ago on this program. We're going to leave you now with a special look at DDP and the Giant getting set for Starrcade.
Paige, you wanted my attention. Well, guess what, Leatherface? You got it. Now all you draft beer drinking, Copenhagen dipping, coupon clipping, rednecks, everybody thinks Diamond Dallas Page is the people's champion? You think he's like Santa Claus? Well, this year I'm the Grinch. Dallas Page, Starrcade, you and me, It's gonna be a real easy payday. Because I'm taking you out on a sleigh ride like you can never imagine. You think you do all the banging in WCW? You think you're the bang man in wrestling? You ain't never seen a bang. So you think I'm dangerous now? For what you did to me? Now I'm deadly. So Dallas, get ready, because I got a special present for you. It's called the Tooth Fire!
And they're gonna hurt Scott Hall real bad.
Yes, they are. Oh, yes, he is. Clutches of the Steiner recliner. Is that? That's Diamond Dallas Page. Out of nowhere. Page with a chair, looking for the giant and getting a piece of the big back of the 7'4" man. Not waiting to Starcade. He's in to help out the Wolfpack and Scott Hall.
Scott Hall's hurt.
You just want to check your ass 10 times. You're mad, Page.
Look at this capacity crowd on hand for WCW Monday Nitro. We're off and running with our very first bout here. And fans, the 27th of this month, the 27th of December, is a day that will go down as one of the more noted ones in the calendar, because every year around Christmas time, we bring you Starcade, we bring you the Granddaddy Mahal, and of course Ric Flair's involved with yet another Starcade. He was in the very first one. He has obviously been the focus of many Starcade events throughout the years, but this one for Ric Flair is not a battle for a title or not a battle for tradition. It is a battle for personal reasons. And one can see why, and Mike, they've been well documented, what one Eric Bischoff has been attempting to do to Ric Flair's career, to Ric Flair's livelihood as professional wrestling is concerned.
And Tony, isn't it amazing that through the years, the Nature Boy Ric Flair has been involved in so many high-profile matches at Starcade, so many world's heavyweight title shots. You said there's no belt at stake, but I think because of the personal issues, and this goes back many months, if you'll think back to when the Nature Boy Ric Flair's son went to an amateur wrestling tournament, and Ric Flair decided that he was going to attend that. That really sort of sparked this whole problem with Eric Bischoff in the first place. I think this match at Starcade means more to Flair than any of the previous championship bouts.
Well, I would agree with that. Raven is coming into the ring, and by the way, we do understand Eric Bischoff is here tonight, and we'll be hearing from him. And you wonder about Bischoff, how much lower can this man go? And that he fools each and every time. We're going to find out, I'm sure, later on here tonight. Raven's got the mic. He's scheduled to wrestle on the opening bout.
I arrived en route to this handbasket we call hell, just like everybody else. Meant by the welcoming Khmer of fear, violence, and indifference. Thrust into the light and met by the cold, hard sting of latex, my source of pain, a satisfaction for my attacker. I soon found that whatever moron had packed me had left out the instruction manual, and I was forced to rely on the charity of what my mother taught me. Unfortunately for me, I didn't realize that my mother's reality checks were all bouncing. My mother was never there for me. What about me? What about Raven?
What about getting over it?
No one cares. No one cares about the pain I have to suffer. Look at you with your easy lives. Everything falling right into place. What about me? What about Raven?
I'm begging you. Putski, obviously, he's not going to wrestle tonight. This doesn't concern you. See you later. Yeah. Leave. Leave. This does not concern you. Leave. Raven, once again, I'm going to tell you, nobody and I mean nobody, gets more airtime without wrestling than you. I'm sick of it. Everybody in the back is sick of it. All these people are sick of it. And all you do is complain. All you do is bitch and moan, and I don't understand why.
I had it rough, Canyon. I had a miserable childhood. You know I did.
A miserable childhood. No, you didn't have a miserable childhood. What nobody out here knows is that Raven...
Don't tell them, Canyon. They don't need
Raven
to
went to an Ivy League school.
That's fine.
Raven has a degree in pre-med.
That's fine.
Raven, since before he can even remember, had a $3.2 million trust fund. You're rich, Raven. You don't have to work another day in your life, but all you do is complain. You grew up a rich, spoiled kid in the paradise known as Palm Beach, Florida. You had the pick. You had the pick of all the young, rich debutantes that ran around Palm Beach, and yet you claim you're miserable, that you had a hard childhood. When Raven was 16 years old, his parents bought him a Mercedes.
My mother never loved me, Canyon.
Your mother didn't love you. You know, Raven, I know you've got problems. No, your biggest problem is you've had it too easy. That's your problem. You've had it too easy. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?
And he's going back to Palm Springs.
This has all been very revealing, fans, about Raven as he walks out. We'll be back on Nitro.
Run away again. Run away like you always do. Go back to the hood.
Back on Monday Nitro, fans, we're live from Tampa, Florida, and I think we were all kind of stunned by what we heard about Raven and his past. Mike, you usually know everything about everyone, but the fact is that Raven had an Ivy League education. He has a multi-million-dollar bankroll.
Trust fund. You forgot about that pre-med degree and the fact that he grew up a rich, spoiled kid in Palm Beach, Florida. I think we just had a lot of questions answered by Canyon. He's a rich, spoiled brat. That's what it is. He had it way too easy.
And there, I guess, Larry, it's understandable. His thinking, his reasoning, his actions, though, because he is spoiled.
Well, you know, I have no sympathy for Raven. I've got a multi-million-dollar trust myself, and it didn't ruin me.
Eddie Guerrero will come out for the LWO in this bout here on WCW Monday Nitro. Well, fans, all the stars are in attendance here tonight. We got some great matches to bring you here from Tampa, Florida, and from the Ice Palace. And Eddie Guerrero, you know, you say what you want to about Eddie Guerrero, but Eddie has had one common cause, and that is to advance the Latinos as a group. I don't know, I guess I can use the word union, as the group is stronger than the individuals, to the point to where he wants to really send a message to one Rey Mysterio Jr. as much as anything else, guys.
It's almost like a conquest, like Eddie Guerrero with the success he's having so far with the LWO isn't enough for his ego. It's more like a sense of power over an individual he can't get to go along with his ideas, and that's Rey Mysterio Jr. What lengths will Eddie go to get power over the will of Rey Jr.?
Well, what lengths will Eddie Guerrero go to to add members to the Latino World Order. This past Saturday night on WCW Saturday Night on the Superstation TBS, he tried to recruit Super Calo to be the newest member of the Latino World Order, and when Calo turned him down, he really got physically involved, turning all the LWO members loose on his countrymen.
Eddie with a back elbow on the Villano and went for a drop kick, and the Villano Vibe stepped out of the way, and a knife edge chop and a right hand up against the ropes. Eddie holds his ground against the bigger Villano, sending him into the ropes. Tried an arm whip, but Villano held on, and look at the agility here of this Villano. Big guy, but lightning quick in the ring so far.
I tell you, he's got to be. He knows the reputation of Eddie, and he's got to use the movement against the speed of Eddie. And he got him right there.
Deep arm drag, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. What's next? How about a drop kick and Eddie out to the floor?
Out to the floor with his main man there. We don't know the man's name. He almost serves as a bodyguard for Eddie Guerrero.
He didn't guard the body well enough that time. Eddie got it from the front and then whiplash when he hit that steel rail.
After receiving a suicide dive from Villano.
He took the brunt of it that time. You're right up against the safety rail. He went, and the referee trying to get both men to go back to the ring. We mentioned that Bischoff was here. Bischoff to go in the ring against Ric Flair. This is going to be a bitter battle. Mike, you touched on what has gone on in the background, but with both men. And, you know, with Bischoff and the story that surrounds Flair trying to see his son in a youth wrestling match back in the month of April, I guess, is only really the tip of the iceberg as that story goes between both men.
That really started it, Tony. There's been so much more to add, and it's been documented in newspapers across the country about lawsuits and things like that. This time they're going to get it settled once and for all, man against man in the ring at Starrcade. That's the way to settle the dispute.
It's the only way to settle anything.
And this is the right way to do it in the ring, and certainly Flair getting Bischoff in the ring, being able to finally get back in the ring is a story in itself, because Bischoff has tried every means to prevent Ric Flair from making his living in the wrestling ring.
Yeah, again, we're back to the same thing. Struggle for power and control. Bischoff trying to control Ric Flair, and that's just not going to happen.
It's all come down to really abuse of power, and in the words of the Nature Boy, the dictatorship is about to come to an end.
To the side of the head now goes Eddie Guerrero, pounding away on Villano 5 here. Eddie showing that Latin temper of his, and now you'll see that Mickey J, the referee, backing Guerrero away. I don't think there's any denying the fact that Eddie Guerrero, pound for pound, is one of the most complete, accomplished wrestlers in our sport. He's up on top, and he tumbles in with that slam of his, with that dive of his, and now he almost draws from the hatred the fans have for him as well.
Well, that's what you said. I mean, he's got ability, and I think Eddie Guerrero is so good. That's the reason he's got the following of the LWO that he has. He is very, very competent, but he still does not have power over Rey Mysterio Jr.
Now, speaking of following, Larry, like you touched on, you're not going to find any two wrestlers with bigger followings in the sport like Goldberg and Kevin Nash. And these two superstars among stars, two of the biggest names in pro wrestling, will collide for the biggest prize of them all at Starrcade on December 27th. Can Nash do what no one else has done? That's the burning question. That is to defeat Goldberg and bring the world title to the Wolfpack. Or will Goldberg continue to rise to the occasion? You know, each and every time we think that Goldberg's got his work cut out for him, he's got a man that can take him to the limit, he comes up with something new. And I tell you, coming up on the 27th, that's only 13 days out, is going to be one of the most watched, talked about world title matches we've ever had in the grand history of the sport.
Well, Goldberg has answered every challenge with a victory to date. But when you think about the momentum and how it's totally on the side of the NWO Wolfpack, what a shot in the arm that momentum is for Kevin Nash going into Starrcade.
Ridge that time thought he had a pinning predicament there for Villano 5, but no, Mickey J, the referee, right on top of it. And here, Larry, we're seeing Eddie go to the ground to try to put a submission hold here on Villano 5.
Well, Eddie's very good on the mat, and it wasn't a pinning combination, but it was a very, very painful lock on that knee. Definitely slowed down Villano number 5, and without speed, you're going to be helpless against Eddie Guerrero.
And he hit hard, and a great power slam out of the corner. Viano almost got what would go down as a major upset here. He blocked Eddie's right hand, and Viano showing a little bit of temper of his own. Eddie up against the ropes on the right side. Into the ropes, picked him up, and dropped him face first. Near the ropes on the right side again.
Going to try the upside-down surfboard, I believe. The Rito Romero special, La Tapatía, as it's called in Mexico. If he reaches back, and there it is.
Boy.
He's got him hooked up.
He's surfing now.
The referee in good position to see if Eddie wants to give up, but Eddie's still in it.
He got the hands free. He
Yeah,
got his hands free.
He certainly did. Eddie really fighting for all he was worth on that one. And Viano had a great move. Eddie's got the referee hooked here.
Hey.
And
Bodyguard.
That bodyguard of his is up on top. And oh my goodness, he separates the legs of the Viano.
Make a wish.
Make a wish is right. Eddie had the referee. This was great teamwork with Eddie and his bodyguard. And now a superplex sends the Viano down.
What an LWO game plan this is.
Eddie's up and Eddie's down. Oh, hold on now. He had the 3 count, but he pulled away from it, and now being admonished here by Mickey J.
I don't understand. He hit the frog splash. Wait a minute. LWO members coming from the back. Dandy, La Parka, the rest of the crew.
Well, the bell is sounded. And here they come. Oh, I think it's very apparent what's going on here.
Is another recruiting effort?
Hazme caso. Tú dices, con dos, somos más fuertes que uno. In other words, if 2 are stronger than 1, we're definitely a lot more stronger, united, all of us. Join the raza, ese vato. Be part of the LWO, man. Your blood, tu eres sangre. Put it out, yeah. Bischoff, that's 1 more stronger.
He's right about that, guys. 1 more stronger. Viano, number 5. And there's Ray Jr. out there as well. Now, he is a member, although that's under duress. It's very obvious. And Viano 5 wants him to get in, the newest member, and Ray drops down and walks away, Mike Tenay.
Can hardly blame Rey Mysterio Jr. after everything that Eddie Guerrero has done over the course of the past few weeks, trying to humiliate him, trying to embarrass him, and really trying to put Juventud Guerrera in that #1 contender spot for the Cruiserweight title.
So there it is. And here we are. We've never looked better. The gorgeous Nitro girls are with us. There's Che up there, hello. And Fire, and down in front there's Spice and Whisper, and of course Kimberly with us, and Tigress, and we're having a great time. And fans want to let you know that we invite you to send in your Nitro Party tape before December 15th. That's tomorrow. Make sure they're postmarked by December 15th to qualify for our final Nitro Party winner. Here's the Nitro Party address, 1 CNN Center, P.O. Box 60, Atlanta, 30303. And that's right, tomorrow's the last day to send in your videotapes. And we also have our winner this week from the Simpsonville Recreation Department in Simpsonville, South Carolina. Congratulations. Here's your winning video. On hand here in Tampa, the Ice Palace, and of course, as you know, 1 week ago we were in Houston at the Astrodome, 31,000 plus on hand for that event, and we plan to even break that number wide open when we have Monday Nitros next week, next Monday, December 21st, at the TWA Dome in St. Louis. You can still get your tickets Capital Ticket Centers, or call Dial Dix at 989-8000. That's for St. Louis and the TWA Dome, Monday Nitro next Monday. And then we plan to even do better than that, even more fans. What's the final number going to be when we're in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Monday, January 4th for Monday Nitro. Tickets at the Georgia Dome box office and Ticketmaster. Two big Dome events within the next 3 weeks coming up for WCW Monday Nitro.
Just love that competition among the cities. Houston has set the standard, 31,110. Now it's up to St. Louis and Atlanta to top it.
I tell you, we need to go in domes just to get a building big enough for the wrestlers. Look at the size of this guy. Hard to get him in a regular arena.
6'8", 295 plus pounds. The master of the meltdown, Wrath.
Wrath is getting a lot of cheers, a lot of respect from the fans. It's because that meltdown is one awesome move. And if you go back and you really can't parallel the careers right now, but maybe down the road you can. That's how Goldberg started. The spear and the jackhammer, they were so awesome. And the fans took to that. And then, of course, it built from there. The meltdown is so awesome. The fans love it. And now against Al Green here on WCW Monday Nitro. Two big, strong men. Brady Boone is the referee. He goes into the midsection. Stomping on the chest, and watch out. One thing Wrath has done, Larry, you've been an advocate of this throughout your broadcasting career. Be aggressive. Stay on your opponent. You say that's the quickest way to success. Goldberg's been like that. All the successful men. Kevin Nash and certainly Wrath in that same mold.
Well, there's a time to be nice, and there's a time to forget that nice even exists. Inside that ring, nice does not exist. Nice guys, they don't even qualify, let alone finish last.
You know, there are a couple of traits that Wrath and Goldberg have in common, that just physical dominance as well as no wasted movement in the ring. Great leg extension, caught him right in the face with the boot.
Now, and for big men, they're both extremely explosive and agile. And you get a man 280 pounds that has balance and agility and endurance. It's hard to beat them.
Certainly professional wrestling over the years, over the decades, has changed, has evolved, and you don't find many nice guys in wrestling that much anymore. You find guys that fans like to cheer, fans boo, but it seems that every wrestler, at least the ones that the fans appreciate and respect, have an edge to them now, have an attitude, and that has certainly changed from even back in the 1980s. And certainly Wrath and Goldberg and Kevin Nash really exemplify that type of edge the wrestlers have as far as attitude is concerned now. And the big man goes airborne on Al Green. A cover, 1, 2.
Oh, just got the shoulder up. That really has been a revolutionary aspect of our sport, Tony, over the course of the past year or so. And Wrath follows up that great move off the top of the shoulder block. I was surprised that Al Green was able to kick out.
Al Green, he's fighting for his life in there, and if this guy was a cat, he'd have about one left.
Choking Al Green. Wrath now. Al Green is a big, powerful guy in his own right. Into the corner now. A back elbow. We mentioned that Bischoff is here, and you wonder what he's going to try to do next to thwart the efforts of Ric Flair. It is a match coming up at Starrcade that has transcended anything else. It's nothing but a personal vendetta between two men. A cover, 1, 2, and it's nothing less than, if I can use this term, based on we've got a video game out now called Revenge. It is a revenge match, and you heard the comments, I'm sure, last week from Ric Flair as he talked about Bischoff, and I hadn't seen Flair in that mode or talk that way, I'm going to tell you, in many, many years, Mike, today.
He really was over the edge, wasn't he, last Monday at the Astrodome, especially when it came to talking about tradition. And you can almost hear the crowd, Tony, anticipate as Wrath circles his prey, Al Green. I think we're at step 1 of the meltdown.
Step 2's coming up.
Pump handle, he's got to take him up to the shoulder next.
That's what's so remarkable about it. I can get such big men up and over his shoulder like that and snap him down. And Wrath, big, powerful, that edge, that cockiness, if you will, that the fans have really taken to. picks up a win here on WCW Monday Nitro, live in Tampa, Florida. Fans, I want to let you know, on sale now, retail stores everywhere. The WCW Superstar Series, the Macho Man, and Behind the Madness and Sting Unmasked. Well, fans, you can enter the sweepstakes, Superstar online sweepstakes at WCW.com. Win your own copies of each videotape and win a trip before the Starrcade. Make sure you enter by midnight Thursday night to be eligible to win. We'll be back on Nitro.
That all-important match is right around the corner at Starrcade 98 in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. It's going to be the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, meeting this man, Eric Bischoff.
How many people do you know in this sport universally booed? Not many, but here's one. Some guys will get booed, some will get cheered. It'll be a mixture of the two. But I think you could safely say this is 100% booze right here. I think so, at least.
Consensus opinion, Tony, certainly spells that out. You know, during the conclusion of the Wrath match we were talking about last Monday in the Houston Astrodome, and the tradition of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. When he was in the ring, when he was talking about all the legendary wrestlers, you could just see the blood boil in Ric Flair, because he feels like he has been one of the great traditionalists, and he thinks that Eric Bischoff is living off all the years of blood, sweat, and tears.
Well, he is, and Flair's exactly right. You know, you can dislike somebody, but respect their ability. But in this case, you can't like Eric Bischoff, and he has no ability.
Well, there's no ring ability for Eric Bischoff, but there is conniving ability there. Yeah, Gene, go ahead. I don't want to.
In all due respect, Tony, the guys back at the broadcast booth, I got to say this. 13-time former WCW World Heavyweight Champion of the World, Eric Bischoff, in meeting the Nature Boy Ric Flair at Starrcade. My goodness, don't you think you've bitten off a little bit more than even you can chew?
No. No, absolutely not. And although you may, and there may be 2 or 3 people here that think so, let me explain something to that fat kid right there with the bad dental work. See, there's a difference between Ric Flair and I. I'm deeply rooted in the millennium that's coming up. I'm looking to the future. I'm living for the future. And I am the future. Ric Flair, on the other hand, is history. He's the past. He had a great career. But unlike racehorses, this guy keeps turning up. He should have been put out to pasture a long time ago. And what Ric Flair is forgetting is that I'm a trained killer. I am a dangerous man. I spent 7 years perfecting my craft, which was knocking people out, breaking their legs, ruining careers. I can kick him in the head, I can punch him in the head at will. I am a very dangerous man. Ric Flair is a very tired and very old man. So I have a little word of advice for you, Rick. A little hint. This one hits really, really hard. But this one scares even me.
You say tired, you say old. I think you've underestimated. Hello! Wait a minute!
Flair can't take the insults any longer!
I think the man's cornered. I know the man's cornered.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
There goes a very dangerous man.
The only way out may be to the fans, and he doesn't want to go there.
He talked about looking to the future. He's looking for an exit.
Bischoff runs to the left. Flair ducks down through the entryway. And Bischoff right out amongst us here. He's running for his life is what he's doing. See if we can follow him. It's
Wait a minute. Tony, ladies and gentlemen.
There he is right around us.
If we can, I'm going to impose.
He's over here, Rick. He's over here.
On the former 13-time WCW Heavyweight Champion of the World, please welcome to Tampa, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Now, as he goes back to the ring, Bischoff was ducking behind our monitor here, behind the desk.
You know, I've never seen a scared look on the face of such a dangerous, dangerous man.
He was petrified is what he was.
He's a trained killer, you know.
Ric Flair, there was terror in Eric Bischoff's eyes. I wonder if he's going to see that on the 27th of December at Starrcade.
No.
That's what you're gonna see!
Thought I was going blind.
Bischoff! Damn it all! We're in Tampa, Florida, where they like wrestling, boy! These people grew up on blood, guts, and Eddie Graham, baby! And then along came the American Dream, Dusty Bygone Rhodes, who bled with me, against me, with the Briscoes, the Funks, the Sullivans, the Wyndhams, with everybody that was somebody, came through Florida and paid the price. And you worthless scumbag, you aristocrat, you pencil neck, when I get you in Washington, D.C.
Uh-oh. Ho!
I'm gonna strangle you half to death!
All right, Ric Flair, highly emotional, and we're just a couple of weeks out from Starrcade.
I'm gonna reach down inside your skinny little neck, grab what heart you have, and pull it out to show the world you have no heart.
All right. Tony, Larry, Mike today, gentlemen, I can't believe it. Ric Flair, totally exhausted, and perhaps for good reason. He and Bischoff head on at Starrcade on the 27th on pay-per-view. Stay tuned, we've got more action right after this. This man has hurt himself. Mike, get somebody here.
All right, wait, hold up now. Security. Fans Flair. Arn Anderson has run out. This is... Flair was so emotional. He just spent himself in that interview. And those elbow drops. Flair's in... Arn Anderson, there's a sense of urgency here, fans, so stay right with us here. Is it his
shoulder? I don't know.
No.
Favoring his arm, his elbow, his shoulder, what is it?
No idea, fans.
All I know is Bischoff got way underneath the skin too much. It's driving Flair insane.
Our trainer, Danny Young, has come out. Now, that's David Crockett, who's in charge of our on-site production. And this is, I don't know. This may be something worse than this moment.
Apparently, Flair injured himself here in the ring. Arn Anderson has joined him. Now even Dusty Rhodes is here. There's tremendous concern. Get it off. Get the camera off.
Yeah, we do probably need. Well, what are we going to do here? Somebody tell me where we're going to go. Unsure of his condition, and it's wrong to speculate as he goes by us here. It didn't take long for this medical team to get out here, and that was good, but he's still, Mike, as he goes by us, still holding that left shoulder of his.
Still favoring it, Tony, as the stretcher passes by the announcer's booth here. You're right, we just can't speculate.
It's just a case of where he was just so emotional, and he just went ballistic in the ring, and understandably so. But this is not good. This is not only bad for the match, it's bad for pro wrestling. That's what it is. Arn Anderson, his dearest and closest friend. And
I got it. I'm going with him, Doug. All right. Hold on. We're going to get fire Rex got the damn fire. What stretcher is this? He's here, Rick. He's right here. He's right here, Rick. He's right here. He's right here, baby. So Arn's going to come right in there with you. I'm going with you, Rick. He's coming in there.
it's almost as he has that right hand on his pectoralis muscle there. All right, Gene Okerlund has come to our set. Gene, put that headset on just for a second. Did you get an idea what this was about? Was it the shoulder?
That's his shoulder, Tony. That is, I think everybody around this business knows, was operated on by Dr. James Andrews in Birmingham, Alabama, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And it appears, look, you can see right now, there's a tremendous concern on the part of Anderson, and certainly the paramedics that are in attendance, they're going to be taking him to the hospital.
All right, Gene, thank you. I mean, it's chaotic in the back, as you can understand. This is, but all of a sudden, Bam Bam Bigelow's come through the arena, and the first man he met was Scott Hall, and there's one heck of a fight going on back here. I mean, Bigelow just stuck right through the back when everyone was attending Flair. Security is with Flair. And look at this. Bigelow on the assault again. He's virtually unstoppable. And Scott Hall was the wrong man at the wrong time. Can you believe this incredible swing of emotion from one scene to the other that's here on Nitro, with Flair being loaded in the ambulance not more than 100 feet away from this attack by Bigelow on Scott Hall.
Well, finally they get some security people back there to pull him off of Scott Hall.
And Nash is there.
You want to bring up my career, huh? You're too worried about Goldberg getting hurt, you should be worried about yourself getting hurt. But you want to do something about it? I'll kick your butt, I'll kick Goldberg's butt too. Let's go. Come on. Hey, do it, man. Hey, come on. I'll do it. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Hey, my parade, huh? My parade. You better worry about me. We started last week, baby. Yeah, you worry about me. Come on. Come on! Come right here, let go! Hey!
Come on, man, come on, man. Chill.
Come on!
Come on, Megan.
You want me? Hey! You want me? I don't want you!
Oh, there's Goldberg has appeared now, and we've got one guy pointing at one guy and another guy pointing, and security's going to hold literally 3 men back here.
We need more security guys.
I don't know if we could ever get enough of these three. I'll be honest with you.
Very similar situation to what we saw take place last Monday in the ring in Houston.
I got you! Focus!
Back him up! Back him up!
Get away from each other!
Do it tonight!
How about you?
Do it tonight!
All three! Yeah! Tonight!
Take it down! Do it out there! Hey! Do it out there! Later!
Champ! Come on, champ!
All right, all three at once! Nobody runs in!
Got you, man!
All three! You got what you want! You got it!
Terry Taylor of the Championship Committee, I believe, is making a match in the midst of that chaotic scene.
You want it, you got it. Hey! Everybody go to your own room.
Oh, get my gear and I'll sell us tonight. You Goldberg! I'll take you, man. You ain't doing that without me. Hey!
Get him apart!
And look, and I may be seeing out of turn here, but it looks as if it's going to be a three-way match coming up in this program. I don't know when. They're trying to pull Goldberg and Nash across. There's Terry Taylor again. Fans, we're going to try to get some sort of definite word on what went down and what's going to happen tonight. Listen,
is that tonight?
I believe it is.
Sell us right. Three-way dance.
All right, fans, we are back for the beginning of the second hour of Monday Night Raw. There's so much to talk about, so many things to comment on, and the information is flowing into us piecemeal. I do believe it's been confirmed now we are going to have an impromptu three-man triangle-type matchup. Can you believe this? Goldberg, Kevin Nash, and Bam Bam Bigelow. Kind of like what we had last week, but really didn't get going on. They are going to have a triangle match, and we'll try to get more of that. But right now we go to Mean Gene Okerlund.
Tony Schiavone, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, somber atmosphere here earlier on, but all of a sudden things perked up once again on WCW Monday Nitro with the announcement of that big triangle match later on here this evening live on TNT. In the meantime, one of the all-time great cruiserweights, my guest at this time, please welcome Billy Kidman.
Now Thursday night on Thunder, Kidman thought he was going to get himself a contender, a top contender for Starrcade to vie for this cruiserweight title, but because the match between Ray Jr. and Juventud was thrown out, we didn't really answer the question at all, Mike.
Well, it was thrown out because of interference on the part of the LWO, and both Rey Mysterio Jr. and Juventud Guerrera are Latino World Order members. So bottom line, nothing was settled last Thursday on Thunder.
All right, Billy Kidman, you must be on a roll. You've got that belt back in your hands, but still a lot of questions to be answered regarding you and the WCW Cruiserweight title.
That's right, Gene. There's a lot of problems going on, mainly with myself and Rey Mysterio and the LWO. So I need to bring out Rey Mysterio again, because it seems that whenever the LWO is around, we can't finish the score and find out who the better man is.
All right, he has requested Rey Mysterio Jr. If somebody back there could please try get a hold of Mr. Mysterio. We'll bring him out. We'll try and iron it out all here in the ring.
So as Rey Mysterio's music plays, here he comes. Impromptu, didn't expect to come out. And he'll walk out here. You got me, fans. I don't know.
Wasn't very careful where he disposed of the LWO shirt.
And it's difficult for me to even fathom what's going to happen here in light of this bizarre segment that happened right before us.
All right, gentlemen, let's see if we can conduct a civilized conversation. Again, Mr. Kidman, you had some questions or probably some answers for Rey Mysterio.
That's right, Rey Mysterio, you know that I'm your friend. You know I respect you and what you've done for this sport as far as revolutionizing it for the little guys like us. But every time we have a match, it seems the LWO gets involved. So what I want to do is I want to give you another fair match, and I want to do it right now.
What about that, Ray? That sounds to me like a great offer.
You know what, Mean Gene? I'm into it. You know what, Kidman? Like I said before, may the best man win.
Can we guarantee no interference on the part of the LWO?
Nothing. No LWO tonight.
Thank you very much. That's good news, Tony. Back to you.
So there you go.
Whoa, talk about impromptu. So they're going to have them. Is this a title match now?
Well, according to Kidman, they couldn't get anything settled. This is to settle it. So I guess so.
All right, Charles Robinson has asked for the bell, which he hasn't received yet, but I'm sure we're going to get this match underway here in just a second. There you go. Thank you. And the bell sounds. Fans, Ric Flair was taken to the hospital here in Tampa. That's all we have. And I'm sorry, that's all we have. But I know there's a lot of people in the back right now that are very shaken by what's gone down. The uncertainty of that. Okay, I'm being told something. I'm told by Keith Mitchell. We hope to have an update on him a little bit later.
A lot of people shaking at the announcer's booth also, I think,
right,
Tony.
Gene Oakland's going to go in the back, and as best we can, because of the unexpected occurrence with Flair, we'll try to get back in the flow of this one. I'm sorry if we're not right at the beginning here, and we do need to lend plenty of credence to this match that it deserves, and certainly of a three-way that we got triangle match coming up that just boggles the mind. But Rey Mysterio and Kidman going out of here. Kidman.
He just boggled his mind. Couldn't hold him.
Almost got to three, though, that time, did Kidman. And a forearm shot into the head. Here, watch out. He slipped. Ray pounding away. Both men all the way on the outside.
Kidman hit hard, man.
If you just tuned in the midst of a spectacular interview by Flair, Flair goes down holding his shoulder, his arm. We're not so sure exactly the extent of the injury, and that's all we know. Speaking of injuries, any more like that, there's going to be plenty of injuries. They went over the top of the safety rail, right at the feet of, is that Wade Boggs at ringside?
That is Wade Boggs. Ray Jr. hit that flying cross body block off the ring apron, and both men over the steel guardrail, almost landing in the lap of baseball legend Wade Boggs at ringside.
Devil Ray's third baseman is joining us here. Good to have him with us. A little bit closer to the action I thought he expected to be. Oh my goodness, that was just phenomenal anticipation that time by Billy Kidman.
I tell you, that was picture perfect. Kidman's timing was on the money, just nailed Rey Mysterio in midair. Talk about knocking the wind out of your chest, man. Just crushed him.
That was Kidman doing his homework, staying one step ahead of Ray Jr. Hooks the leg, here's the cover. And now, Tony, I have it confirmed. This is a matchup for the WCW World's Cruiserweight title. The belt is at stake.
Yeah, I told you so.
Very impromptu, but that's the way we like it on this live 3-hour program we have coming at you each and every Monday here. So it's one of the things that makes us great. We're live every week, and sometimes we don't know what's going to happen 1 minute to the next.
Again, great anticipation by Kidman, catching him in the moonsault. He shoved him off into the corner and then leveled him with the clothesline.
Cover in, but could not keep Ray Jr. down.
No, nice combination. I tell you, I've seen Rey Mysterio squirm out of predicaments that a snake couldn't get out of here. Kidman's got to be getting frustrated. Got to keep those combinations coming, though.
Once again, fans, we will give you an update on Flair as soon as we can. That's all we know to say.
We just talk about a situation that runs the gamut of emotions, from the concern for the Nature Boy Ric Flair to that wild situation involving Bigelow, Goldberg, and Nash just moments later.
Up and down, and he bulldogged him. That was just a remarkable move by Ray Jr. He's got a cover. Can Ray win it here? Nope. Not yet, and a little frustration across the mask of Rey Mysterio Jr.
Well, you can see Ray knows that the belt just slipped right through his fingers.
All right, I have received this from our trainer Danny Young. This is, now let me once again let you know it's not from the hospital. It's from our trainer Danny Young, who told us that as you know, he went to the ring. Rick had a shortness of breath and had some mild chest pains.
What?
Here's a cover. Hold on, one. Shortness of breath and mild chest pains.
I want to hear that.
Well, that's what Danny Young said. That's not good. A pickup. And Ray, it's very hard hearing that for us. Well, let's hang with it here, guys.
It's a sensational match. It's just so difficult to give it its due. Mysterio off the top, but went for the senton. The backsplash off the top, and Kidman, who has just stayed one step ahead of almost every one of Mysterio's offensive moves in this matchup, able to roll out of the way to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think Mysterio just knocked the wind out of himself there. I mean, he doesn't have much muscle around that bone structure to absorb the shock. He feels it all.
Kidman, after snapping him down with a whip slam that time, is up top. He connects. Kidman, he didn't get him, not yet, says Charles Robinson.
Still fight left in Ray Jr. Able to kick out at 2 after the frog splash.
So many bits of information to give to you here, and a lot of it is very exciting about what we've got to come, and it's going to be Goldberg, Kevin Nash, and Bam Bam Bigelow in a triangle type match coming up later on. But in the face of the bits and pieces of information we're receiving about Ric Flair, it's very difficult.
Very distracting as well.
Distracting, yeah, to even, well, that's all we know. And I can tell you right now, we're gonna stay with this all throughout the night. As soon as he gets to the hospital, we hope to, I know we got people on the scene. Here goes Kidman up. And Kidman hit his shoulder very, very hard that time. He'll roll Ray back in. These two men have just a lot of respect for each other. Here's a cover. 1, 2.
Well, I tell you, if they ever have the Squirm Out Artist Award of the Year, you've got to give it to Mysterio. Kidman's got to be getting frustrated. He ran right into one. Held on!
Out of the power slam, but couldn't keep him down. Up top.
It's a nice move. He's got the, hey!
LWO members have arrived. Who is that? That's Damien. It looks like Sycope. They've interrupted it once again. We cannot get a clear-cut winner here because of the LWO and their actions. Double drop kick. Both men go out. Who wins this thing now?
I don't know, but Kidman and Mysterio had just about enough. Oh, my! That was stereo. They've had enough of the LWO.
The match has been thrown out. There's more members in.
They're all over the place.
And a Psychosis, and it looks like La Parka as well. But look at this. They're not finished.
They're wiping out the LWO.
Yes, they are. What a tandem. Much frustration and anger as anything else.
Well, that's Viano in the ring, isn't it?
I believe so. It looks like El Dandy and Hector Garza have come in. And now here comes one of the Vianos, Viano 5, the newest member. And now Eddie Guerrero and his man that get in at the end.
And look at this. Eddie Guerrero just sits back in the corner with that big smile on his face. He loves to stir it up, doesn't he?
And Kidman.
He's back in, but that's to no avail here.
Yeah, the numbers are too great. Kidman and Ray being unmercifully swamped.
Silver King is out.
The numbers, it's almost exactly what Eddie talked about. When they got Vienna 5 in, he said the numbers are growing. And they are, and they're growing, and they're growing by leaps and bounds.
And look at who has the last word. Eddie Guerrero stomping Mysterio.
You know, it's sickening that Eddie Guerrero talks about his hatred for Eric Bischoff. He's become the exact same thing Eric Bischoff is.
Yeah, right in front of our very eyes. That's exactly what's happened.
All right, I'm told we are going to take another look here at some of the action. This is when the LWO attack, Larry.
Well, they came in out of nowhere. Watch Rey Mysterio here. Even in midair, he counters the move, holds on to the head, and down goes La Parka with a smash. And even Kidman held on right there, grabbing a head full of hair and yanking it down. If he's got hair, yank it. But still, the numbers were too great. Rey Mysterio Jr. and Kidman couldn't keep up with it.
All right, we're going to go back now also and show you what happened when Bam Bam Bigelow, when Ric Flair was being put in the ambulance, arrived to the arena here. Here's what went down. Scott Hall was obviously the first man, and he got in the way of this man. Bam Bam Bigelow has been nothing less than a man possessed, guys. He has been virtually unstoppable. And Kevin Nash then arrived, and we're going to see what happened there. Security finally got between them. Doug Dillinger was at the ambulance when Flair was taken out. Finally came in. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're going to see Goldberg arrive.
Come right here, let's go.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Chill. Come on, man.
Now you see to your right, Terry Taylor is in, and Goldberg has arrived as well. Terry Taylor of the Executive Committee. It was so hard to control back there. So many emotions, but let's listen in on what they were saying.
I want him now. You gotta stay focused, boy. I got you. Focus. Back him out. Back him out. Get away from each other. Do it tonight. How about you? Do it tonight. All three. Yeah. Tonight. Now do it out there. Hey, do it out there. Later. Champ. Come on, champ. All right, all three at once. Nobody runs in. Got you, man. All three. You got what you want.
Taylor said it. All three.
Let it go. You got what you want.
With no one running in. That's coming up later on tonight. Fans, welcome back, and we have pondered the news that we've heard about Ric Flair. And it's very, very difficult to be able to, as a friend of Ric Flair, knowing what my job is, and that is to not only bring you the action here, but to try to bring the excitement of our program to you. It's very difficult to do that right now, and I'm sorry. Jericho and Ralphus are out, but the last word that we heard, and we want to bring it to you once again, Flair came out. Here's exactly what went down. Flair came out for an interview. Actually, Bischoff came out for an interview. Flair came running out as hard as he could, and then, of course, Bischoff basically had him chase him around the ring. Bischoff ran away. Flair ran after him. Flair came walking back. Still fired up, and understandably so. If you think about what Bischoff has tried to do to the livelihood of this man. If you think about what Bischoff has done and the stress that Flair's had to endure, the uncertainty of money in his family because of what Bischoff has done, you can understand that. Then Flair comes out, he's still fired up, a couple of elbow drops on the turf, on the canvas, hitting the turnbuckle. Then he went down, sense of urgency, holding his shoulder, his chest, and Danny Young Our trainer said as he was being loaded up in the ambulance, shortness of breath and pain in his arm. And
Ralphus and myself would like to welcome you to Monday Night Jericho.
So we will stay on this Ric Flair story all the way.
Now, we all saw 2 weeks ago right here in this ring how that baby Huey lookalike Conan robbed me of my championship belt. Now, first of all, Conan, I gotta congratulate you, man. You are definitely the greatest Latino rapper since Gerardo. You are Rico Suave. Now, you know, I can't understand what you're talking about. I am definitely not Rowdy. I am definitely not Bowdy, nor do I want to be, but I am, however, 235 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. And Ralphus, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So what I would like to do is reenact the travesty that befell me. I'm gonna show you people exactly what happened, because Conan used a foreign object to steal my belt away. He assassinated my title reign. He might as well have been standing on a grassy knoll, and I'm gonna explain to you the magic foreign object theory. So what I'd like to do is bring out Exhibit A right now. Come on out here, Exhibit A. Here comes Conan.
I don't know what to say here.
You're not expecting Conan, are you? This is Jericho that you're dealing with.
Yeah, baby! Jericho! I got your belt, baby! Woo! He's a little bit bigger than Conan. He doesn't look as much like Baby Huey, but he's gonna have to do. He is Exhibit A. Sporting the newest in ridiculous fashion. For gosh sakes, pal, pull up your drawers. All right, here we go. Ralphus, pin, now! Now what happened, ladies and gentlemen, is I had Conan here, and I was right about here, pummeling him mercilessly. I had him exactly where I wanted, ladies and gentlemen. I had him down, ready to cinch on the Lion Tamer, when he pulled out Exhibit B, a pair of brass knuckles. He proceeded to put those brass knuckles on his chubby little fist. He reared back and he hit the Paragon of Virtue right in the side of the face. And ladies and gentlemen, I was blacking out, but I thought of all the Jerichoholics and I said, no, I ain't going out like that. And I fought my way back and I kept pummeling him, taking him down, giving him a little bit of Calgary lessons when he pulled out Exhibit C, a steel chain. And he wrapped that horrible chain around his little ham hock. He reared back and he hit me right in the temple, right there on the side of the head. And I started to feel swimmy. I started to pass out, but I thought of all of you people and how I'm a role model to everybody. And I said, no, I won't accept that. And I kept fighting back. I was kicking him. I was punching him. Ralphus was cheering me on. You people was cheering me on when he pulled out Exhibit D, a steel shovel. And he reared back and he hit me as hard as he could, right on top of the head. And that was about all I could take. Things started to go out. I tried to stay alive, but it was too much. And as I was passing out, he pulled out Exhibit E, my championship belt, the only possession that ever meant anything to me. He put it on the ground. He took my head and he hit my head right into the championship belt, and out I went, down for the count. And he came over to cover me.
But with all I could do, I grabbed the rope with both my arms. I put my head on the rope. I grabbed it with my mouth. But the 3 count still took place. As you can see, I was definitely robbed. But you can't stop rock and roll. And you can't stop Chris Jericho either. And I am definitely too legit to quit, Conan. So at Starrcade, I'm gonna show you who the real champion is. Sonny Jim, I'd like to thank you for helping me with my little demonstration.
Can someone drop a net on these 3 clowns and get them out of here? So what?
When you get put in the crushing power of the Lion Tamer, you will submit, and I will show you that I am really the greatest showman and champion in WCW history. Thank you and good night.
Guy make a great lawyer.
So he puts that guy in the Lion Tamer. And he's got Conan trying to get his belt back, coming up at Starrcade in 13 days. We're coming right back. And I understand that we're going to call him back, but when you find out something, let us know. Our fans, I'm sorry. We're still trying to check on Ric Flair. And he is on his way to the hospital. Once again, trainer Danny Young said that as we take a look at some of the fans, of course, the Nitro girls are out. Danny Young, our trainer, says he left here with some tightness in his chest. His arm was going numb. Don't want to speculate on what that could mean. It could be an injury. It could be something a lot more. He was very animated and very intense, as he's been the last couple of weeks. So we'll just keep it at that. It's taking a little bit of wind out of our sails as far as being able to call the excitement. But let's, as announcers, gentlemen, try to forge ahead here and let you know, as the gorgeous Nitro girls are out, that we go from the beauty to the beast. Could I see that move one more time from the Nitro girls? I guess maybe I'll watch the replay. Speaking of the beast, Bobby the Brain Heenan, as we were alluding to, has made his way out.
You must be talking about Bam Bam Bigelow. You're not talking about me, Mr.
I'm talking about Bam Bam, and I'm talking about you, Bam Bam Bigelow, Big Sexy Kevin Nash, and Goldberg. Later on in this program, later on here tonight in a triangle match. That is our feature bout here. And also lost in all this excitement of what's going down, the uncertainty of Ric Flair, the emotion that obviously we're going through right now, that the fact that, and I apologize, but we have on this list here, we've overlooked it. You ready for this? DDP and Bret the Hitman Hart in a return bout for the U.S. title.
Wow.
How about that?
That's still to come tonight.
That's still to come tonight. Scott Hall, who was unmercifully beaten by Bam Bam Bigelow when he walked in the arena. Scott Hall has a match here later on tonight. He'll be here in action. And as we said, and certainly as our job as announcers is to bring you the excitement, to inform you that Starrcade is on its way, to talk about it, to promote it. But I'm going to tell you right now, as a friend of Ric Flair, that to me, that's all going to pale in comparison of my job to bring you the condition on Ric Flair that I will attempt to do. I'm talking to people during the commercial break in the back. Anybody that has any information I have demanded come to us immediately. We need to know. I need to know.
I was standing in the back when the ambulance pulled up, and I didn't know what was going on. I was peeking. I mean, I was looking into the dressing room area there, and all of a sudden I saw the ambulance and the doctors and the technicians run by, and I didn't know it was Flair. But when he came back, you should have seen the look on Arn Anderson's face.
It's just a very difficult situation when all we really have to go on is the shortness of breath and mild chest pains that the Nature Boy Ric Flair was experiencing. Again, that we really can't speculate any further than that. We just have to wait for an update.
Well, let's think of all the things that Flair's had to endure at the hands of Bischoff. The loss of income, the endless hours with lawyers, the legal fees, obviously. That would dwindle any finance you would have away. And then how about this man, Barry Windham, his close friend, and one of the first, not really the first of the four horsemen, but one of the first ones after that. Wasn't too far after the horsemen were formed. That Barry Windham became a member. Closeness of Wyndham's father, Blackjack Mulligan, and Ric Flair over the years. And that's certainly as stressful as that can be. You can understand why Ric Flair, in many ways, would be in the midst of a high-stress environment, trying to turn up a notch like we've never seen.
Well, you know, Tony, he's been that way since, when was it, April? He's always been a high-tech athlete. I mean, since April when he was let go and all that trouble with his son and everything, and the way Bischoff has talked about him and insulted the man, and you could just see the stress working on him. You could see it in his eyes.
Well, I don't think there's any question as Wyndham shows us that he is not, in this short absence he's been away from pro wrestling, and WCW has not lost a bit. Barry Windham is still through and through one of the finest wrestlers, performers in our sport. And Emery Hale, who has given us a good showing here on this program in the past and on Thunder, certainly is suffering at the hands of Barry Windham right now. But as you get closer and you anticipate as an athlete one of your biggest nights, obviously the pressure mounts even more. Ric Flair has been through the biggest matches of anyone. He has faced Hollywood Hogan. He has been the headliner of many big events, sellout crowds from the Egg Dome in Tokyo and to many Starrcade events. But I think in his mind, all of those world title bouts, all of those big events paled in comparison to personally what he had in store for Eric Bischoff. And I say had, I'm not writing this match off, but I'm saying has in store in his mind for Eric Bischoff. Oh my goodness, what a massive superplex that was, and that was awesome.
And notice how he floated over. That's an athlete.
That was the key. Beautifully executed off the top rope by Barry Windham, the superplex. But then that float over, that one fluid motion that leads to the pinfall win.
Hopefully another update on Ric Flair and more. Welcome back, fans, to WCW Monday Nitro. A couple of issues to bring up. January 11th, Monday, January 11th, WCW Monday Nitro will originate from Knoxville, Tennessee, the Thompson Bowling Arena. Get your tickets to the box office and all Ticketmaster locations. This coming Thursday, Charlotte, North Carolina for Thunder. Live from the Independence Arena, tickets to the box office and Ticketmaster. And then we're going to be in Indianapolis for WCW's Thunder after the first of the year. That's the Market Square Arena. Tickets to the box office and all Ticketmaster locations. And that's in Indianapolis. And I'll have that date in a moment. It was not on the sheet provided to me.
21st
by
of
Awesome
January.
Promotions. 21st of January. Thank you very much. And that is...
I got to do it all.
Well, you sure do. That is Thunder on TBS. It's going to be live this coming Thursday, Charlotte, North Carolina. Once again, an update to come, hopefully, anytime. The condition, and I'm obviously concerned. Actually, to be honest, we're pretty much speechless about Ric Flair. But as Perry Saturn comes out to face Norman Smiley, we want to let you know that we have for you what we anticipate to be one of the most explosive main events ever in the history of Monday Nitro. Goldberg, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Kevin Nash in a triangle match, all three men. Michael, we were discussing what Terry Taylor of the Championship Committee said in the back about no run-ins, no outside interference. And we take it to mean that security's going to let him go at it, right?
Well, Tony, if you think back to last Monday in Houston, Goldberg went before the WCW Executive Committee. He spent hours in the afternoon lobbying and, bottom line, just demanding a shot at Bam Bam Bigelow. They gave him that match last Monday, but Kevin Nash guaranteed that it wouldn't go down, that he would get involved. There was problems. The three of them hit the ring. Security was there, pulled them apart. We never got to see the match. Well, the way that I hear it, the way that I understand this, with no run-ins, Terry Taylor said while he was making the match, I think they're going to do everything within their power to let these three guys go at it tonight, and let's keep security away from the ring. Let's get it settled.
That's the only way to do it. Let them go at it, ring the bell, and stand back.
That's what the wrestlers want. That's what we'd love to see, and that's what the fans want too. But you can understand security get involved last week because it was scheduled Goldberg and Bam Bam one-on-one, and they were just attempting to get Kevin Nash away and let this match happen. Well, it went completely out of control last week, but this week, once again, the out-of-control atmosphere is going to go in the ring when all three men this time in a triangle match coming up later tonight here on Monday Nitro live from Tampa.
You're wrong, Tony. It's not going to be a triangle match. It's going to be like an alley fight. It's just going to be three big guys going at each other, using anything they can.
Sure.
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be one great, like a rumble.
It's going to be a three-way war is what it's going to be.
Yeah, like a blackboard jungle. Oh, going to be great.
Saturn, certainly a man who, to say he's had problems with Sonny Ono and the Cat Ernest Miller would be an understatement. He's a very proud man, and certainly, here's a cover, for him to have his shoulders pinned by Sonny Ono in what was a farce, as we have seen in the past, certainly bothers Saturn to the point to where Saturn has picked up the intensity, the anger, understandably so. Got a pretty tough match here against a fine submission wrestler in Norman Smiley, but Saturn just muscled him down to the mat. Norman Smiley runs over Saturn with a right-handed lariat. Smiley, who is in the midst of a kind of a hot streak of his own, who has had some wins on Thunder on WCW Saturday night. And a win here against Saturn would even move Norman closer up near the top of the rankings, guys.
It's interesting, both of these men have so many different styles that they can bring to the ring. They can beat you in so many different fashions, and we've talked about that with Perry Saturn almost from the start of his WCW career. In terms of Norman Smiley, we've really seen that evolve over the course of the past couple of weeks.
I think the Mad Dog's coming out in this man right now.
I believe you're right. He is shivering, and he just almost frothing at the mouth, and he just manhandles Norman Smiley in the corner. Saturn has snapped.
It won't be long before he's frothing.
Stomping on the Smiley, not listening at all, is swinging wildly.
I have to ask you to please keep your hands off of me.
Oh, good move by Charles Robinson, and that was controlled anger that time from Perry Saturn.
Saturn's on the borderline. He's about ready to lose it.
And understandably so. Look at this. Oh, almost like a chicken wing pickup that time. Into over-the-top suplex. DVD. Maybe so. Arms up in the air. That's a signal, Mike Tenay.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, Norman Smiley rolls out to the floor. Both men out here on the arena floor. He just warned our official, Charles Robinson, but I'm thinking back to last Monday when he took referee Scott Dickinson, put him up on his shoulders, and caught him in that Death Valley driver.
Yeah, a little bit more restraint from Saturn, but that time, Norman Smiley.
What a body slam.
Smiley is just a powerful athlete.
And he can dance. Monday night.
On the knee. Norman Smiley has him waist lock and pick up. Oh, what a move!
There you go, Norman. Come on, Norman, do something else.
That, I don't have to tell you who that is.
That's the Cat.
The Cat and Sonny Ono, and the appearance of the Cat. Look what's happened now to Saturn. He's snapped. He's gone ballistic. All the time, Norman backpedaled and inadvertently hit the referee. Charles Robinson goes down in a heap. And look at the Cat sneaking from behind. He picks up Norman for that DVD with a toe.
Right in the face.
Kicked him in the face, and well, Scott Dickinson has come out. Scott Dickinson, 1, 2, 3.
What a fast count.
Not only that, Dickinson saw the Cat kick Saturn in the face.
That's what we just talked about. Sure.
Yeah, we just talked about what happened last week. That's a personal vendetta from Scott Dickinson. Payback on Saturn. He should not let that happen. He should not let personal feelings come into that. He's your friend, Mike Tenay, and I tell you this right now, that needs to be studied.
Tell him, Tony, tell him.
A referee to come in and make a fast count and run like a coward.
Tell him, Tony.
Equally as much a coward is the Cat, who Saturn needs to get in the ring one-on-one. It's our 1-800-COLLECT replay. Take it away, Brain.
Well, get a load of this. The Mad Dog snaps, knocks Sonny Ono down. The Cat's up there in his best duds. He gets knocked down. Referee takes one out of the blue. Norman doesn't know where he's at. Saturn gets him in a penny predicament. Right in the middle of the ring. Cat sneaking around, just waiting for the opportune moment. Look at this kick.
right to the face of Saturn. He goes down. Smiley disappears. No, Smiley's still in there. The cat disappeared. He's hanging on the outside a bit. Referee Scott Dickens jumps in with a 1-2-3 count. Took him 1 second to count to 3. There's your winner, Norman Smiley.
And what do you mean, my friend, Scott Dickinson? Don't try and put this guilt by association thing on me.
He is your friend. He needs to be fined. We need to review this. This is absurd.
Tell him, Tony.
Absolutely absurd.
Don't take that from him, Mike.
We'll be back.
You tell him.
Absurd.
All right, we have a capacity crowd on hand. We are in the shank of the evening at this time. I just happen to be back in the locker room area, and this gentleman requested some more television time this week. Please join us as we welcome United States Heavyweight Champion, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Understandably, unmerciless boos from the fans. All right, I've been given a bit of information we need to pass along to you regarding Ric Flair. WCW officials right now on the phone with the hospital. So, information forthcoming.
We should know something pretty soon, maybe.
Yep. All right, Gene.
Bret Hart, before we talk about some things that you and I need to discuss, we saw earlier on this crowd actually silenced by what happened to the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And you, as a champion, you have been virtually all of your life. I'm very curious what your thoughts are on what happened to Ric Flair here tonight.
You know, they're dropping like flies around here, Gene. You know, it kind of reminds me of myself. All these guys I wiped out. Look at Randy Savage, and you look at Sting somewhere in some convalescent home somewhere. You got Booker T coming back from an injury. I'm the one that put him out. I crippled and maimed more wrestlers than anybody. And then look at me, injured. Look at the bad wheel. I got a pulled groin of the likes you people have never seen before. But you don't see me hiding anywhere back in the dressing room, trembling, biting my nails, because I don't need to. I am the United States Heavyweight Champion for a third time. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best that there ever will be. And I am plain and simply the greatest of all time, whether you people like it or not. So I want to say one small thing, because I don't want you people to think that I'm not fair, because I am fair. And I am a true champion, and as much as it takes for me to suck up all that courage and come out here one more time, I'm gonna put the United States Heavyweight Championship on the line, as beat up and injured as I am right now. So Dallas Page, I know you're back there hiding somewhere.
Hold on, guys.
Under a table or something, maybe hiding behind Kimberly's skirt. Just come out here and you can have a shot at the United States Heavyweight Championship belt.
There's the challenge to Diamond Dallas Page. I can't believe this, gentlemen. He actually said, come on out. He'll give him a shot at the title tonight, even though you're injured.
I'm injured, but you know what? He's afraid.
Here's Wade Boggs. He played injured. Wait a minute. You may have spoken too soon. This is it.
I'm not going to be a nice guy this time, Gene.
It was all a setup. An underhanded Bret Hart, NWO type, black and white type, underhanded, good for nothing, low life setup.
It's another Bret Hart swerve is all it is.
What's he gonna do now?
Oh no!
Gentlemen, look out. Just stand up and be ready to run.
The Giant just ripping off the...
Look out! He's dismantling the set.
You're gonna have to bring the dogs out now.
God. No, he can't take this.
Not on the steel.
No man can take. Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh. You better bring that ambulance back.
Oh my God. It doesn't matter if you're security or a medical person or not, somebody better get the rear end in there right now.
Tony, look at the smirk on the face of Bret the Hitman Hart.
And help out Page. How the heck with him? He's a jerk from day one. And as the Hart walks out, this is sick. This is sick. This is sick business for him. We're going to show some of that again, I understand. I guess we need to. Yeah. Here it is again.
Look how high he's got him up.
That is a landing. That is a. Oh. That's 2x4s supporting plywood that I know is a ½ inch or.
Look at this angle.
Over a quarter of an inch thick.
Look at that elevation.
He's over 8 feet in the air.
Oh, my.
Oh, and he hit on his side. Oh.
He just choke slammed him right through the stage.
Oh.
And there's not only wood and lumber under there, there's wires, there's metal bars, there's rigging.
They have pulled the man up, and Page can barely. Oh. Come on back.
I can't see what's going on. There's so many people.
There's Wade Boggs, third baseman of the Devil Rays and a future Hall of Famer in baseball. Mike Alstott, Tampa Bay fullback, is here as well. There's Mike.
NFL Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back. It's just like last week in Houston with Roger Clemens. This week in Tampa. Where else would you want to be besides Nitro?
Next Monday, Bullringer. Humdinger.
In St. Louis. You're exactly right. Here we go with hour number 3 of Monday Nitro. It's been an emotional roller coaster tonight.
It's more like the Wild Mouse.
We're going to go back, I understand, and show you again what happened a minute ago in the face of all that's gone down. Ric Flair being sent to the hospital with a 3-man pull apart and a triangle match being made for later on tonight.
We're not done yet.
No, it's going to be Bam Bam and Nash. And look at this. This happened moments ago.
You know, it takes about 20 guys to put that together.
Yes, it does.
And only one man, or only one giant to tear it apart.
What we thought was going to be a U.S. title match. Page just helpless. Look at this. Oh my, that's so horrible to watch.
Well, we've been finding out the condition of Dallas Page also.
He's been a man who has certainly wrestled with injuries throughout his career, but
he's got more now.
Yeah, there's going to become a time in every man's career where there'll be that one injury that you can't come back from.
You know, eventually they're all going to come together at one time. He's going to be one massive pain. No man's been beaten around like this man has. It's got to come back to get him someday.
Hold on, something is going on. We're going to send a cameraman back. You see him sprinting back right now. That's our steady cam.
Hurry up.
Going back. What's going on? Let's see if we can find out. In the darkness back there.
Nash says I'm in, baby. Woo!
Yo, man, you're soft. You know nothing about the hard knock life. Take care of him, boys. Man, homeboy wants to get in my face.
It's a Disco Inferno again, wanting to once again lobbying to become a member of the Wolfpack.
Always brings up Kevin Nash's name. Says that Kevin Nash wants him to join the NWO Red and Black, and so far Conan has no idea what he's talking about.
Now here comes K-Dog. K-Dog is out to his left. Aristos Estrada, former original member of the Coach Florida Marlin team. MVP and home run king in Japan. I remember him back in the minor leagues many years ago. Fine baseball player. And an all-star sack man for the Tampa Bay Bucks to his left. You're right. That's Chidi Ahanatu. Ahanatu, that's who it is. Good pronunciation there, Mike. They're coming out here with Conan, the world television champion.
Speaks 35
Oh
languages.
yeah, Tampa, you never know who's gonna show up on this show. You know,
First, I gotta give some props to some of my Bahamian peoples. Roberto Duran over here. Chidi Ohana too. Tampa Bay Bucks. Oreste de Estrada from the Ozone. And yo, let me speak on this. Orale! Arriba la raza! Yo, you know the black and white be talking about that for life. But Wolfpack, somos unos vatos locos forever. But more importantly than all that, we body it. Oh, yeah.
Konnan has become, even before he became the television champ, quite a sensation. Once again, we told you, and I want to talk about this right now, and then hopefully we'll get the announcement here. WCW officials were just getting off the phone with the hospital here in Tampa, and we're going to have an update on Ric Flair's condition any moment now. Stevie Ray brings Booker T out.
I just need you to watch my back, but that punk brought them too. Punk right there down here, and I need you to watch my back, all right? And I'm going to show you how to do it. Can you do that?
He's going to do it. He's going to watch his brother's back, and that's what being a brother's all about, I guess, in the face of all this adversity, where Stevie Ray has literally caused Booker T some matches, caused him to lose some matches. Booker T has agreed to come in here and watch his brother's back. His brother, a member of the NWO Black and White. Stevie Ray a chance to become television champion to face Konnan here on Monday Nitro.
Well, Booker T accompanies him to the ring. Stevie Ray said, "Watch my back." Guys, I'm not sure, just judging from the body language of Booker T coming out to the ring, I'm not sure he has his heart in this.
But he's going to do it. Yeah. And there he is at ringside is Stevie Ray. I guess Stevie, there's a couple of reasons. Obviously, he wants him to watch his back, but he wants to show his younger brother how it's done, right? Is that the design here?
I think Stevie Ray thinks that his brother's gone soft. He wants his brother to be like they were when they were kids growing up in the streets.
That's baloney, bro.
Well, that's what he wants. That's the impression I get. He wants him to be tougher. He wants him to be like his big brother. I don't know if he's got that in him.
They both approach their craft, their profession, in different ways.
Well, Konnan approaches it in one way, straight on.
K-Dog.
Just full speed ahead.
And that ignites the fans here at the ice. Oh, yeah! Down goes Stevie Ray.
He's rowdy.
Snapmares him over. Seated drop kick from K-Dog. Wow!
Shut up, you sellout. There's Wade Dog. You'll be on the DL if you mess with him. Probably get traded.
Back in goes Stevie Ray.
Kind of hard to bat with no arms.
Shut up. And oh, hit the ropes. Down goes K-Dog as Stevie Ray kicked him off of the far side ropes. Scoop slammed him down. Vince, 13 days out from Stark. 13 days out from Starrcade. And we've got Nash, Goldberg, and Bam Bam in our triangle match tonight. Holy smokes. Can you believe that
war?
War, yes it is.
War's an easy word for that. You know how big these guys are going at each other? They don't care. They're just going to tear each other apart.
No interference as well. You're going to have the match tonight here in this program. Back kick. Stevie Ray caught him. Nicely done by the big guy. And Konnan's face, mouth, his nose met the knee of Stevie Ray that time. And once again, a little lesson going down to Booker T here.
Yeah, again, he's having contact with Booker T. Eye contact as well as verbally telling him that this is the way to do it.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, Mike, you and I never wrestled. I don't want to even pretend I know anything.
I'm going to show you how I do points like this. See this?
Look, man. Once you finish it fast. Once you finish it fast.
What you doing?
1, 2, 3.
Said he didn't need that slapjack. Well, I think Booker T was right. If you can beat the man, Penny. Ducking. K-Dog.
can't waste any time with K-Dog.
1, 2, 3.
Got him. Big time.
Conan retains the television belt with a win here on Nitro over Stevie Ray. As always, Monday Nitro is a star-studded gala. There's Mr. George Steinbrenner, owner of the Yankees, and Warren Sapp, one of the premier defensive linemen in the NFL of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, from George's own private box, Bobby the Brain.
Well, George, a good friend of mine, owner of the world champion New York Yankees.
Yes, the most dominant team in the history of baseball this past year with 125 wins. Never looked back after going 0-3 on the West Coast at the beginning of the year.
And you never let us forget that, did you, Tony?
No, not for a minute.
The boss is in the boss is up in the luxury box.
But our boss is right in front of us.
You're not kidding. Here comes the boss on the way to the ring.
This is the only boss that matters right now.
Yeah, but I knew we were going to get an announcement about Flair. What's this about?
Can I just have your attention, please? Earlier tonight, we do what we do to entertain fans around the world. And different people that I talk to in the course of my business ask me about how real our business is and how real what they see is. And we talk a lot about injuries and we talk a lot about situations. And sometimes it's a little difficult to explain. But injuries are real and sometimes they're serious. And Ric Flair, who has been in this business a long time and who has done more in so many ways in this industry than perhaps even I have given him credit for in and out of the ring, suffered what appears to be, we hope, a mild heart attack.
What?
And I just want to say to the friends, particularly to the family of Ric Flair, that I'm sorry. I ask for your forgiveness and for the forgiveness of the fans of Ric Flair around the country. Ric Flair does deserve a tremendous amount of credit and respect. I am profoundly sorry for any pain that I've caused to Ric Flair's family. And hopefully I'll get a chance to look your children in the eye and apologize. To look your beautiful wife, Beth, in the eye and say I'm sorry. And hopefully we'll see you back in action again, doing what you do so well. Thank you.
And we're coming right
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it cooled down a little bit in the Sunshine State today, but I don't mind telling you, it is heated up here on Nitro in Tampa, Florida tonight in front of a capacity crowd. Would you please join me as we welcome to this coast-to-coast television program, ladies and gentlemen, one of the all-time greats, Booker T. All right, Booker T, I don't know how I can put this, I guess discreetly or diplomatically correct, but you take a look at what happened earlier on. I'm very curious, where is Booker T coming from these days? What's going through your head?
You know, Gene, that's very important, but the first thing I want to say, I was sitting in the back watching the monitor earlier, and the first thing I want to say is, Ric Flair, my prayers go out to you and your family. I hope you get well real soon and return back to World Championship Wrestling.
Well, these fans like that, Booker T. But what about you and your brother?
You know, as far as my brother go, you know, when I was hurt, I went down from a knee injury. He made his choice. His choice was to join the NWO Black and White. That's all good. If he want to do that, go ahead and do it, bro. But I'm going to do my thing. And
whoa, just a second.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. Since you out here preaching about prayers, you better start praying them for yourself. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You don't get it. These stupid people don't give a darn about you. The people in the North Tower, they don't give a darn about you. That's what we talked about before we ever got to WCW. We made promises to ourselves. Did you forget them? Yeah, you made one to me too, and you wouldn't join the NWO. I joined the NWO because you made me join the NWO.
You say that.
If it wasn't for you, we'd still be the best tag team this sport has ever seen, regardless what people like Mike Tenay and Tony Schiavone preach to these idiotic imbeciles that watch television every Monday night.
Wait a minute, you have offended a lot of people here tonight.
I don't care. Look at me, man. You looking at the person that when you used to come home from the store with a bottle of milk and the guys jump you, I'm the guy that took care of them. I'm the guy that got you in this business. I'm the guy that's got you all the cars you got, that big house you got. I'm the guy. And you forgot about that. Harlem Heat was right here, and you know that. We made every punk in this business shake in his boots when we came out, and these people know it. But no, you want to work for people like this and wear stuff like this. Take a look at this. That's where you need to be.
Are you kidding me? Booker T, what do you make of your brother here tonight?
I don't know, man.
Tony Schiavone, back to you.
Thanks, Gene. This has been an unbelievable night. Fans, something is going on backstage again. I have no idea what we're going to, but we're going. What's this?
Inside and see my son, Scott. Raven. He goes by Raven. I need to see my son now.
Pass.
I don't have a pass. I need to get inside now and see my son. Look, I did not warm up my Learjet and fly all the way here from...
No problem. She's saying this Raven's mom and Raven's mom.
Yes,
it's Raven's mom. It's Raven's mom. What do you want? Did she
I have to see Raven. I have to.
He's not even here. He's not here. I'll take you.
You're going to take her? Thank you.
It's going to cost you $50, though. I need the money.
Chris, I am not paying you to take me to see my son. Now, come on, take me to him. Where is he? Where is he?
Know where he is. Come on.
Chris, why didn't you call me?
Why did you please? I can't take you.
I count on you. I count on you. There helps me.
Raven's mom has shown up.
What's next?
I don't know. We'll be back. This is Nitro. Now, to say that we are drained is a gross understatement. And we've had a chance for it to sink in. A few segments ago, Eric Bischoff came out and announced that Ric Flair had suffered a mild heart attack from the reports that we have. And he seems to be doing okay, I guess. And fans, we're going to obviously have more on this. I don't know tonight, but obviously Thunder. We'll just on all of our hotlines, I guess.
Just think about this Thursday's Thunder.
It's in Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina, Ric Flair's hometown of all things.
Well, it's like someone kicking you in the midsection is what it is, just taking the wind. And I guess if I want to be an optimist and say that there's good news, it was mild. And to have Eric Bischoff walk out and do what he did is, it just shows you that there's a lot that goes on in this sport. Yeah, I know. And you can say what you want to about the things that go on in this sport, but when it comes right down to it, we're all humans. Okay. I'm being told something as I'm speaking that, yes, it does appear to be a mild heart attack. We're not sure. We haven't had an official word on that, but Eric was definitely shaken up. He's the boss. Obviously, if a call of this magnitude would come into us, he would be the one to take it. Regardless of the I guess, the matchup that he was going to have with Flair, there's no way he can have that. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, Tony. There's no way. There's really no way. We can try and make conclusions, jump to conclusions on this. We're just going to have to see how it plays out.
Stunning. We have had a lot of bizarre things happen here and in this program and through the course of the years, but nothing like this. Nothing like this.
I knew Ric Flair before he started.
Yeah.
And he was training to become a wrestler.
Yeah.
I said to myself, this guy's going to be good. I didn't know how good. I don't like to hear news like this.
Well, Ric Flair's the one that started me. All right, but I know Ric Flair would want me as an announcer, wants us as announcers to get into this, to call this. It's our sport that we love, that he taught us to love, taught me to love, and so we're going to do it. And we see Scott Hall here against Horace Hogan. I want to let you know that still to come, we're going to pick up the intensity level. We're going to pick up the excitement. We're going to get right down into this thing in a triangle match featuring Bam Bam Bigelow, World Champion Goldberg, and Kevin Nash. That is imminent. That is coming up here on this program. Stay with us.
What a vicious clothesline by Horace to Scott Hall. And guys, I'm amazed to see Scott Hall in the condition that he's in after that brutal altercation that he had earlier this evening back in the locker room area with Bam Bam Bigelow.
You know, Scott Hall is a very, very tough individual. We talk so much about the emotional strain that he went through in his life, and it led to obviously some problems in the ring. But when you cut right down to it, Mike, and you too, Brain, Scott Hall truly is tough, and I can see Scott Hall enduring the blows from Bam Bam Bigelow and still coming back in the ring like he did. He's a tough guy. Whoa! And he went airborne that time, over the top, down to the floor.
Now, we've seen him come back from some awfully difficult situations in the ring, out of the ring. Tonight, no exception for Scott Hall.
Well, he's just one tough guy. He always has been that way since he started this sport. Very, very...
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, what a move by Horace.
I mean, you can believe that kind of a suicide dive coming from one of the luchadors or one of the cruiserweights, but from Horace?
Big, big man, Horace. Hogan's nephew.
And a very, very talented individual as well, obviously.
He's getting better all the time.
Yes, he is. Obviously, very confident in what he can do as far as flying from the outside. I guess if you get whacked in the head by your uncle, causing 11 stitches, what's jumping through the ropes to the floor, huh?
Good point.
But what this has done now, that combined with a throw over the top, has given Horace Hogan here the advantage. The dominant advantage here in this matchup. Willie Shulman, the referee, looks in. It's going to be literally uncontrollable, you can better believe, when Bigelow, Nash, and Goldberg go at it later on in our triangle main event here tonight, live on TNT. A massive backbreaker that time. Cover, 1, 2.
I wonder what the condition is on DDP after the Giant dismantled the steel stager and picked him up in the air and threw him about 15, 20 feet down through the stage.
I want to give a lot of credit to our stagehands here, our extras, our grips who were right there on the spot
immediately
and pulled him out of there because you have a good point, Mike, that a lot of electrical wires back into something very serious could happen to DDP. They pulled him out.
Well, he couldn't help himself. He couldn't get out of there himself.
No, 1, 2, and you know, it's obviously important when you take a serious, nasty fall like that or be thrown like that, that you help someone up very gingerly, making sure that he's okay. But knowing how urgent the situation was with the wires and everything, they had to get him out of there. It was a great job by our extras here on our grips, our stagehands.
Well, here's another thing you had to take in consideration. You didn't know if the Giant was going to jump into that hole. You don't know what he's going to do.
I don't know. It's like the Giant or Bret Hart to hit, throw the man, and then run.
Or pick up one of those big steel
letters
and throw it right on him, yeah.
Wow, man, I'm never going to forget this night. As long as I live, I'm never going to forget this night, December 14th, 1998. All right.
We talk about Scott Hall fighting back from adversity.
Yeah, can he fight back from a sleeper, right?
Perfect application of the sleeper hold by Horace. Great ring positioning. Has him right in the middle of the ring with the sleeper hold applied. The referee checking to see if there's the possibility of a choke, but no choke.
But the beauty about what Horace is doing here, you're right, Mike. He has him in the middle of that ring, but he has him down. See, Hall's a big man. You don't want him standing up. He can get behind you.
That's the key for Scott Hall, if he can recover enough to get to his feet just like this.
Here he comes.
Look at that man fight.
Oh, my goodness. What a count. What a move that was by Scott Hall, who could not even roll over to try to get a cover, but he had the presence, the ability to just fight out of a sleeper hold and send Horace crashing back of the head first to the center of the ring.
I don't know if either are going to get up.
Referee puts in the count. He's at, what, 7 now?
Roll over it in Horace. One arm. No, couldn't get him down. Couldn't keep him down. Another good presence of mind by Scott Hall. One of the many things that has made Scott Hall one of the sensational performers, well, has been a stiff right hand, and you're seeing it right now. But also his ability, his ring presence, always knowing where the match is, where he is. It's one of the things that's made him a phenomenal tag team wrestler as well. And the fans are behind Scott Hall. Scott Hall on the attack. Pick up. Could be.
Bye, Horace.
Strength. 300 pounds in the fall-away slam. Overhead.
Guess what? That's it.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. NWO's arrived. The black and the white. Brian Adams.
Hall better get out of there.
Vincent, Stevie Ray.
Too late.
And big Scott Norton. 4 men pounding on one.
Remember, the NWO black and white and Scott Steiner have talked about taking this man out, Scott Hall, and they've turned the troops loose on him.
That's been Big Papa Pump's first order of business since taking over. What's this? The Disco Inferno? The Wolfpack wannabe?
They'll tear him apart.
Where did he get that shirt?
That's Scott Norton.
Oh my goodness.
Well, so much for Disco Inferno, and give the man credit. He ran right in there trying to help out, but it did no good.
Credit, but no brains.
Mark, we've got to go to a break. Please someone help out. I want to remind you, the pay-per-view spectacular following Starrcade in January will be sold out. This year, the event will originate from Charleston, West Virginia's Civic Center Coliseum, Sunday, January 17th. Tickets, Civic for Box Office and Ticketmaster. And following Christmas on Tuesday, December 29th, we're back at the Nassau Coliseum, Long Island, Uniondale, New York, with a big event. It's called a house show. No TV, but all the top stars will be there. On Tuesday, December 29th, tickets at the Nassau Coliseum Box Office and Ticketmaster. The following day, the First Union Spectrum. We're going to be in Philadelphia Wednesday, December 30th. Tickets available at the First Union Center Box Office and all Ticketmaster locations. So be sure to get your tickets for the holidays. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Oh, makes a great Christmas present.
I know some fans. I know some fans who are going to go to Washington on the 27th, Baltimore on the 28th for Nitro. Going to go on up to Long Island on the 29th, and then back to Philadelphia on the 30th.
It's a WCW Grand Slam.
This is what you want. Violence is how you get it.
The holidays up in the great Northeast.
I can't get Ric Flair off my mind. I'm sorry, John.
You're right.
I'm the kind of a guy that likes to make light of everything. Things amuse me in life, whether you like what I do or not. This bothers me. I'm sorry.
I want to echo what Booker T said. I mean, my whole family, we're going to be praying for Ric Flair all night, all weekend, all week. And I don't know if, I'm sorry, I don't know what hospital he's in. I don't know if and when he's going to get to go home. I don't know.
Big Papa Pump.
And Buff Bagwell, Van Hammer, the opponent. Here they come to the ring. One thing I want to mention too. Obviously, it's been no official word. But obviously, Flair is not going to be able to beat Bishop.
Have we heard any word on DDP yet?
No,
not a thing.
And then another thing, I guess, not really in the same line, but something that took us aback was this lady coming to the back and saying that she's Raven's mother. Scotty's mother, she said, and then
Canyon identified her, and obviously we heard from Canyon earlier this evening. He knows a lot about the family background of Raven. He said he was going to take Raven's mother to Raven because Raven had already left the arena for $50. What was that?
Guess he needed the money. All right, let's get back. Wait, so let's get back into this, guys. It's not easy, I'm sorry.
Van Hammer's a big, strong guy also. He may give Big Papa Pump a little run here.
Who are you trying to fool? With Buff Bagwell on the outside? With this lame brain referee has no chance at all?
You're right about that.
No chance.
I'm not thinking.
Yeah, he's big. He has the potential. He has the ability to give Big Papa Pump problems, but he's not under these rules, not under this situation, not at all.
Well, Tony, you know no referee with WCW will referee one of his matches.
It's a dangerous working environment. And this is a 3-on-1 situation. Bagwell up on the ring apron even before the match started. They've got the referee on their side, Bagwell outside the ring. Cards are stacked in the deck against Van Hammer.
Best bet for Van Hammer was to give up their instructions.
Best thing for Van Hammer was to say, I'm not going to the ring. A complete domination by the new leader of NWO Black and White. And just the strength, the overpowering strength of one Scott Steiner.
You know, you can just tell by looking at him. He doesn't know how strong he is.
He's pretty good looking, isn't he? No, he's not. Boom.
And he's a dangerous individual. Remember a week ago when he attacked the WCW mascot, Wildcat Willie? It's
destroyed our set.
It's just scary to be around him, isn't it?
No doubt about it.
I tell you what, the Steiner recliner's on. This one's over. This one was over a long time ago. Not a knock on Van Hammer and his ability, but just the scenario was wrong for him.
Now, mentally, he was never in it. When you see who the referee is, you see who your opponent is, you see who's circling the ring, it's hard to get into it.
Scott Steiner is the most dangerous man in pro wrestling, and there's many factors that go into that. He would just as soon come to this set and hit Tenay in the mouth and you in the mouth, Brain, which...
Why are you giving him thoughts, Tony?
It wouldn't always be a bad idea, actually, Brain, when you think about it, but he would hit you in the mouth as soon as anything. He walks here, we're gone.
He was going to beat up Bagwell's mom.
Now, you people, look at the greatest body in professional sports.
I want you to get on your hands and knees and pay homage to the new leader of the NWO.
He loves that title.
And by now, everybody in WCW realizes that I was not just coming out here and talking trash. When I said the NWO is going to take on more of my personality, more attitude. And every attack on WCW has been for a reason, and it's been calculated. Now I know that the NWO Wolfpack is in the house. And as strong as the NWO Black and White is, I'm always looking for an elite athlete, one that can take the NWO into the new millennium and make it greater than it always is. I want to talk to a man who should be wrestling for the world title. I want to talk to the man who should have won World War III. I want to talk to Lex Luger.
I don't, what's this about?
Come on, Lex. This is all about business.
Well.
There's nothing gonna happen.
Luger is a brave man, and we know that. Yeah, I know. I'm stating the obvious here. So what? But for him to come to the nothing. Luger and Scott Steiner have a long, storied
We got
friendship.
something to ask you, Lex. It's all business, bro. Come on.
For years, it was Luger and the Steiner brothers traveling together. Years
Up and
ago.
up.
Inseparable.
It's up and up.
Nothing's up and up with them.
You know, Lex, when I had my neck injury, you were one of the first guys that were at the hospital to see about me. I called you up. I got a lot of training tips from you, and it's because of you that Buff Bagwell got back to where he was as fast as he did. What I'm trying to say is, Lex Luger is always giving, but he's never receiving. You know, I've seen that K-Dog video so many times I could puke. And you know what? I haven't seen your face in it one time. Hey, did K-Dog ask you to be in his video? Hey, no. Hear me out, Lex, hear me out. Let me ask you another question. Did Big Sexy ask you to be in all those commercials about his t-shirt? Huh? And most of all, your best friend, the Stinger, goes out to Cali to be a big movie star and leaves you hanging. Hey, Lex, do you remember who knocked you out of the top rope in World War III? Well, we do. It was Kevin Nash. You should have a world title shot, but you haven't got one. Think about it. The bottom line is, Lex, I'm the new king of the world. I know where your career should be at. Do you know where your career should be at? You want title shots? I'll make sure you have title shots, because I know what a great athlete you are. You need to drop the NWO Black and Red, and you need to think about this. Think about it.
So what's it going to be here?
He's thinking.
Yeah, by walking away, is he saying no? It's
not wearing the shirt.
Lex Luger, I'll make you famous, boy. Come on, you need to join us.
He's smiling, almost laughing. I don't know if, what does he know? Or what's he thinking?
We'll show him who the real total package is. The real total package is Lex Luger.
Fans, we are back, and wow. The talk is Ric Flair, and that's...
And DDP.
And DDP, and all that's going on here. And all right, let's pick it back up here because this is a unexpected but exciting triangle match that we didn't expect to happen. Bam Bam Bigelow, Goldberg, the world champ, and Big Sexy Kevin Nash. One-on-one is what it's going to be with no interference. You heard what the championship committee said. Here comes Bam Bam.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event on WCW Monday Nitro. It is a special triangle match set for one fall. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Asbury Park, New Jersey, the self-proclaimed Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow.
There's your Beast from the East, Schiavone.
Way it is.
Guess we're finally going to get him to see Bam Bam Bigelow compete in an actual match.
Same thing we've seen for the last 3 weeks.
You know, if you think about it, gentlemen, this is a very bad situation for Goldberg.
Well, if you think about it, it's not a good situation for either Goldberg or Nash. Yeah, less for Goldberg, bringing you right because he's the world champ.
Got more to lose.
Got more to lose, but...
So this man, he can lose an opportunity.
This man could go down as Wade Boggs gives us that old whoop-pack sign. The Big Sexy could go down. He could have something taken out of him heading up to the big event in under 2 weeks. That's what makes these athletes are so phenomenal. They just put it all on the line. They don't care. They're afraid of nothing. That's why this is the greatest sport in the world.
And here comes the man.
Here comes the man who's made it so. Oh, it's Ricky Medlock. See that? Leonard Skinner. Lead guitars right there ringside down from Fort Myers. Coming all the way up to Tampa here with us, and he's enjoying the action as well. And oh, the phone, Goldberg's here.
What a phenomenal athlete.
Undefeated world's heavyweight champion.
Undisputed. And this man wants him in the ring, doesn't he? Look at that.
Oh, doesn't he?
And I tell you, to be successful against Goldberg, you got to relish the thought. You got to want to get in the ring at him. And I can tell you right now, Kevin Nash and Bam Bam Bigelow all want him. 3 men. And ring that
Here we go. Turn him loose.
Mickey J doing a good job to get out of the way. It's a Bam Bam with the first blow.
Look at Nash, look at Nash.
Look at Nash just sit back and watch Bigelow attack Goldberg.
I knew this would happen. This is smart wrestling.
That's what he did in World War III.
So that's exactly what it's a great point, Bobby Heenan. And he's doing it here. He's letting him go at it.
Oh! He rocked Bigelow with a clothesline, and he took Bigelow down with the boot.
And Big Sexy lets the match continue, getting the blow in at the right time.
Suck on this.
The knee from Big Sexy to the midsection with force, with power. Sizes the man up for a back elbow that rocked the head of the world champion back. And now, into your picture comes Bigelow.
2-on-1. And he's trapped in that corner.
But he's coming out.
He's phenomenal.
Look at him fight his way out of the corner.
Look at that. A hit by Bigelow. He tried to shake it off, but couldn't. There's too much force behind the Beast from the East. In the back of the head he goes. He's still fighting back. It's incredible.
He's got well over 600 pounds beating on him.
Well, he headbutted Bigelow, but then Kevin Nash just poked him in the eyes.
He runs right through both men.
And answers with a double clothesline of his own.
He has claimed the ring. Nitro's never been better than tonight.
This is one for the history books, gentlemen.
He's too much. Wow. He's too much. It's like everybody else drives a small car and he drives a tank.
Listen to the chants. Tampa.
Everybody here in Tampa Bay is standing.
Look at Bigelow on the floor now.
And they're chanting Goldberg.
Good move. Oh, and down goes Goldberg, and Big Sexy got him there. He go. One count only. Kevin Nash gonna pick him up. Look at the way he handled Goldberg. 1, 2, and Bigelow makes a save. Nobody sitting. Everyone standing here at the Ice Palace for this.
You're not kidding, all the way to the upper deck. A slam by Bigelow, diving headbutt.
1, 2. Foot in the back of the head that time. You got to give all three men credit. They have gone at it 110%, 100 miles an hour. Leg breaker.
You know, this is bad. What happens if Nash's knee is broke or his leg? There goes his opportunity.
And in the clutches that time, Goldberg could not get away from the headbutt from Bigelow. This is everything we thought it would be.
And more.
Oh, that beast from the East put a shoulder block into Goldberg that, believe it or not, took him off of his feet.
But look at Nash. He's favoring that left knee a bit.
Goldberg blocks it wide. Better go base. He picked him up. He picked him up.
Uh-oh, watch this. Bam, bam, went bam, bam.
Can he put him in the jackhammer? That's the question.
I bet he can.
The spear erupted the crowd. He's not going to get a chance. Not going to get a chance. The double axe handle. Oh, my.
Goldberg's been fighting for his life since the bell rang. He's not had it easy.
I think if there's one man who's not had it easy, it's him. Goldberg takes him down and then just mauls him.
All three men just fighting with reckless abandon during this match. They've all just turned it loose.
And when you think Goldberg's in trouble, it looks real, real bad for him, he comes out of it.
Thumb to the eye. That's the great equalizer in our sport. The big foot. Nobody home.
He speared Kevin Nash.
But Bigelow's had a chance to regain a little bit of composure. Oh, forget about that. His head's in the front row.
And what a match that's going to be. Goldberg and Nash for the title.
He's going to take Nash up.
He's a big, big man. Scott Hall's in.
Scott Hall's come in. And hammering away on Goldberg. That signals the bell, and the referee's going to throw it out. But Bigelow is not finished with Scott Hall, something that went on earlier tonight. In the back. Whoa! Scott Hall sent Bigelow out. Is going to chase him out, and that leaves, look at these two.
Looking at each other, face to face. Here we go.
They're going at it. The same two men who will do it at Starrcade for the world title.
Turn it up, let's go, come on.
That's what they've done. Oh, what a fight.
What a battle this has been.
In and out of the ring. What a night, and we are out of time. Good night, everybody.
Hit him.